Now to our top story this morning. The federal government is partially closed after Congress failed to pass a spending bill. It's the first shutdown since 2018. That one lasted 35 days.
Republicans pushed for a measure that would extend the federal funding at its current level until mid-November. Democrats, though, demanded the bill include an extension of Affordable Care Act benefits that expire this year and a reversed cut to Medicaid.
Now let's break down the impacts here. So hundreds of thousands of federal workers will face the threat of mass layoffs. An unknown number will have to work unpaid. Now that includes active duty and reserve military.
Department of Homeland Security will face 14,000 furloughs. The Department of Education over 2,100 furloughs. 32,000 furloughs at the Department of Health and Human Services.
Now to what could be shut down or even compromised. The FDA may halt inspections and stop accepting new drug applications.
You may start to see some travel delays. The DOT says more than 11,000 FAA workers could be furloughed. 33,000 workers would continue to work without pay, including air traffic controllers. As of now, the National Park Service says that it will remain open, but will have to furlough most of its staff.
Some government programs could also eventually run out. This includes SNAP or food stamps and the nutrition program for women, infants, and children.
All right, let's take a look at how the shutdown could affect your wallet. It could look different than shutdowns in the past. The most recent shutdowns have not really put long-term dents in the U.S. economy, but this time it could be different as the U.S. is already struggling with the labor market issue. The shutdown would delay the release of the Labor Department's monthly jobs report that's due this Friday. That report informs economists, businesses, and even the Federal Reserve about the state of the economy. One expert says adding more uncertainty could further slow the economic engine.
We certainly see that when times are uncertain, people have a harder time making decisions. So that slows down economic activity that we see amongst consumers, but also amongst businesses. And so this is just one more thing to add to that list of items that are making the economy a bit uncertain at this point.
That uncertainty could potentially keep the job market stuck. The Trump administration warns of permanent cuts to the federal workforce that would put more job hunters on the market. Let's see how all of this is impacting Wall Street this morning. Stocks are retreating. Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ futures are all down about 0.5% this morning. It's after they all notched some rare gains for the month of September. Again, they are pulling back this morning on the news of the shutdown. It could be that investors are worried about the threat of mass federal layoffs, which could rattle confidence in the job market.
Let's look at what will keep running, though. So Social Security and Medicaid payments will continue. Unemployment benefits will also continue. But starting today, all payments will be electronic under a new mandate not tied to the shutdown. The State Department will keep issuing visas and passports, and the National Weather Service will continue forecasts and warnings. Customs and Border Protection, TSA, Homeland Security, and ICE will remain in operation. Veterans medical care and other critical services will also continue. But the longer the shutdown lasts, the more likely you are to see delays in services.